Fun fact: Tite Kubo was actually inspired by because the Hunter x Hunter guy did Yu Yu Hakusho, right? So he was inspired by that mangaka to make Bleach.
Well, I hope that mangaka reads Bleach and is inspired to finish Hunter x Hunter.
Hello and welcome to a probably untitled show that I am doing on my site, Kakuchopurei, where I invite guests over and talk about big video game topics or non-video game topics if anyone is so inclined to hear. But because I kind of want to just make this inaugural episode to talk about something I love, I picked a topic, and the topic is of course fighting video games. And I really want to do this proper with someone who I know pretty alright, who also very learned with the subject and all that. And what better way than to introduce my guest? I mean, I'm obviously Jonathan from Kakuchopurei, Mr. Toffee, Jojo, call me what you will. And my guest is of course Wamirul from Nmia Gaming. How you doing, man?
I am doing great. I am powered by an energy drink right now that could sponsor this show. Just saying.
Put the can up. You want to actually have the can up sponsor. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
I might
yeah.
have to blur that, but that's okay. That's okay. So, Monster, if you're listening, please sponsor us. That'd be great. Yeah. So, yeah, I actually wanted to do this show. I think we've been talking about it back and forth when we met up, like live back and forth in the fighting game, gatherings here and there. And the reason is because it's been 7 months. I guess 8 because it's August right now, as we're recording at. What time is it right now?
Yeah, like
10 p.m. at night, GMT +8, which is probably the morning for Americans who hopefully want to watch this. Please do watch it. Yeah. And yeah, I wanted to basically just recap what fighting game stuff that has come out or been mentioned and the big topics in the fighting game sphere from January 2024 all the way to, I guess we can cap it off to July, where basically the month kind of ended more or less. So yeah, let's just talk about, again, we're gonna start way at the beginning, January, February, March. And because I brought up Wamirul, because he has, unlike me, he actually did go to this one pretty big event, which is called Evo Japan, which was April, right?
no, just small little
A
gathering.
small gathering, yeah, a small gathering of very high-level players. You probably never heard of them: Daigo, Fudo, Tokido.
What's that? What's
Daigo.
Daigo? I think Daigo skipped Evo Japan this year actually.
Oh, okay. I'm just throwing all the big names: Mago. Maybe Bonchan didn't even show up. He's a big Sagat player. But then again, Sagat's on Street Fighter 6, so yeah. Yeah. I'm looking probably 4th season, yeah. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. The biggest fighting game that was announced, of course, was Fatal Fury City of the Wolves. That's why I wanted to bring up Evo Japan, because that was the first time people get to actually touch the game, to see the first build of the upcoming SNK title. I am actually looking forward to this game, because I've been a big Fatal Fury guy since, I guess, Fatal Fury Special, when I saw that really stupid win quote from Terry, where he said, "Wubba wubba, I'm in the green, I'm in the blue today, boy," or something. It's a time when SNK and English, they're like bedmates, and then it becomes garbled English, because local translation and localization wasn't really given much thought back then. So you get really funny quotes. Son of a Submariner in Final Fantasy VI and so forth. And yeah, so of course, Wamirul, you played the game. You played quite a bit of it during your stint at EVO. Tell us more.
That quite a bit of it is a misnomer, because you make it sound like I had some special creator access, which I did not. I just had the balls to queue up for like an hour plus because I got eliminated from my bracket early. Okay, but so unlike you, I did not play the SNKs. I got in. So just for some context, because chances are you've never heard of me because you're not one of the 5 people who read my ramblings about fighting games. I like older games, but I got into fighting games like my journey into fighting games was spread like over like a decade. So I got MVC3, but I was playing that on a button mash capacity. Then I got Pokken in 2018, and that's when I started learning fighting games. So this is why I don't have a lot of the same historical references other people do. and I don't even have the clue to pretend that oh yeah, I totally played Garou. No, that ain't me, man. That ain't me. So I'm jumping in City of the Wharves. That's where I'm starting.
Wars, yes. The way they said wolves, in the old games was like, the SNK English back in the day, where you don't have a big budget for, voice actors, all that, so.
Here's what my first, impression on playing, because I played, I think, a few rounds as Terry in City of the Wolves. This game is evil Street Fighter.
Evil Street Fighter, define how?
Okay, so you're playing Street Fighter 6, right? Street Fighter 6 has the drive meter. And this is the importance of good UX design. Because the way the drive meter is it's a bar that goes down every time you do something, right? So you're like, I gotta be smart with my drive meter, right? Like, okay, I'm gonna parry here so I have enough drive, then I'm gonna EX here, maybe do a drive impact. Opening, okay, I'm gonna do drive rush cancels, and be careful about it. I mean, that's generally how you see high level players play Street Fighter. But City of the Wolves is like the rev meter, and it's functionally identical. This is the bar that lets you do cool stuff. But instead of being a bar that empties over time, it's a bar that fills up. So you're like, you can totally fit in another EX move here. Just do it. Just do it though. And then you're like, you know what, Terry Bogard? I can fit in another burn knuckle here. So yeah, that's what I mean by evil Street Fighter, because unlike Street Fighter, where I feel like Street Fighter is a very methodical game in general, whereas like City of the Wolves, it's like the moves all look flashy and violent and aggressive, so you're like, you want to be doing this. I think this is partially because I'm playing Terry as well. So at all times, I'm like, I want to be doing crack shoot. I want to work my way towards Buster Wolf, where I can ask my friends if they're okay.
Are you okay?
Fatal Fury City of the Wolves. It is the 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh shit! I'm trying to count how many. Okay, I guess I'm gonna say latest because the last game was 999. Garou Mark of the Wolves. It's bringing back every classic character from the Fatal Fury series. So yeah, Terry is obviously the guy you played because he is like the go-to character for beginners and maybe advanced players in a sense. Like if it's your first time playing a Fatal Fury game, yeah, you go for this guy. And then if you're feeling more advanced, you try out the other characters here and there. And then we got Geese's son, Rock Howard. We have I should have written a list, but yeah. We got T-Zok the Grappler, we have Hotaru, the little girl who throws the fireball, does the reflect and all that stuff. Billy Khan was announced. He is actually the current head of Southtown because his boss died in the last 2 games.
Listen, if there's anything the last month of fighting game announcements has taught us, is that he is coming back. Yeah. I feel it in my bones.
I think they were actually loyal with the whole death scenario up until like the past few years, because Mature and Vice and KOF, they stayed dead for quite a while until 14 came out. They died in 96, they came back as dream characters in 98 and 2020. Sorry, 2022. KOF 2022. Geese Howard, he came back as a character of a halo on his head. You know, like how...
Oh, like Dragon Ball style.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, Dragon Ball style, yes. And then Nightmare Geese is supposed to be like the Nightmare Dream version of Geese. And not canon and all that. So SNK has been very disciplined with keeping the characters dead. At least until
I like that. I like the Nightmare system, yeah. I think the Nightmare system works better. But hold on, I've just had the most horrible intrusive thought that I need to unleash on this podcast. So you know the original Dragon Ball anime where Goku fights Gohan?
Yes.
Like it's a whole emotional scene where he fights the man in the cat mask, and then he removes the mask and it's Gohan. And he's like, oh, I never thought I'd see you. Takes off, it's Geese Howard. Predictable! Like, yeah, Goku, you can Kamehameha, but what are you gonna do against the Raging Storm?
Yeah, what are you gonna do when he does his hand like this, or in the middle, or, you know, do his low counters and shit?
The most important thing, though, is that Geese Howard fell into Tekken. That's the most important thing. Is that
yeah, he fell from Geese Tower and into a portal through Tekken 7. So he technically didn't die. Or maybe it was a fever dream for all you know.
Man, if they bring him back for City of the Wolves, I really hope they do what they did with Akuma in Street Fighter 6 and give him some Tekken bullshit. Like I don't know because I don't play Tekken 7, so I don't know what stuff he had is unique to his Tekken form. But I hope whatever it is they carry over.
Maybe
because Akuma had like the lava punch.
I don't that much in Tekken 7. I was more of a Katarina kind of guy, and I dropped off when all the DLC started coming in. Anyway, moving on. Fatal Fury itself, yeah, they brought back quite a number of the characters. So I stopped at Billy Khan, the cat, Kevin Ryan coming in. He's actually one of those top tier characters which people don't like playing. I mean, he looks regular, like a regular cop guy as a selectable character. Then you realize, holy crap, he deals the most damage and he has the best kind of moves where he breaks and then you combo to something else, break, combo to something else. And you've got B Jenny because you need a sexy character in your fighting game, of course.
Someone's gotta sell scale figures.
Yeah, and also Mai is eventually coming because she's one of the teased characters in the previous Fatal Fury teaser video that came out last year. Like this year was like on Evo Japan period. That was when we actually saw actual gameplay, actual characters confirmed. See walking around your face. And we also got two brand new characters. Vox Reaper, who is a student of Grant, one of the bosses in the Garou Mark of the Wolves. And we have Preecha, who is actually a student of one Joe Higashi from Fatal Fury. So I noticed a lot of the gameplay I've seen, especially from the content creators from America who got access to the game, where they don't use Preecha that much because she seems like a very unique character where her fireball travels half screen, like a little loop, but she has a bunch of combos mixed up here and there. Did you get to see Preecha up close? Because I think that was in the first build, right?
Yeah, she was. I did fight against her, but it's been such a long time that I don't fully remember the bullshit that was fighting Preecha. What I can speak to about Preecha is that they made her Muay Thai Futaba, and that's gonna sell.
Yes, it would. Yes. I really
Sorry,
like
I
the
don't.
design. Yeah, and then the crazy thing is, people actually wanted to see an older design, which they showed off in an Evo, which we'll talk about later. Like, talked about showing all the design concepts. Like, you basically got a character who looks like Vanessa from KOF, but long hair and has the.
And she had like a lab coat, right?
Yeah, Vanessa have a lab coat. Yes, but I kind of prefer
I'm
the young Futaba look alike because we're gonna have the sexy characters in the form of B Jenny and Mai, so you're gonna need some sort of like moe, to balance things out here and there. So I guess Haru is the moe, and then Preecha. I was gonna say Futaba. Futaba is gonna be part of it too. Thanks a lot, one.
So here's the thing, right? Lab coat plus martial arts, it's an unexplored market. Like SNK capitalize on this.
And the thing is, Capcom did it first. Kyoko from Rival Schools, she is from this game called Rival Schools of Capcom. She had the lab coat. She fights like Chun-Li, except I think better fireballs, I guess, in that game. And she's like the hot lab girl people want to, meet up and, as a student or some shit.
Yeah, and there's also Nico from Dead or Alive.
Yeah, holy crap, that's a quite a cut right there. Yeah, Dead or Alive.
There's Malay icon Nico.
Yeah.
Puncak silat takkan Melayu hilang di dunia ini.
Yeah. Still dead, not alive anytime soon, unfortunately. Because Tecmo Koei is making money off of your. Are they making money on Rise of the Ronin? I'm not sure. I mean, it's doing okay, right?
No, do you know what they're making money off? Dead or Alive Venus Vacation. That game is alive and strong.
Okay.
That gacha game based on Dead or Alive Extreme is the genius play I've ever heard.
And still going on, right?
Yeah, and it's still going on. Like, oh my god, whoever came up with that idea, like, first of all, I'm kind of mad that we're not getting a new Dead or Alive anytime soon. But at the same time, it's hard to be mad when you're like, yeah, no, that makes sense.
That makes the money. Yeah, just go for that. Yeah.
It's like when people say that they're going to what's this Resident Evil, they're gonna stick with Ethan for this is before 8 came out. The next game's gonna be another Ethan game. I'm like, yeah, because 7 was good. It's the same thing here. Just like, yeah, no, just gonna make a lot of money for you. Just can we get a new scale figure for Nico, please? Because the only one that exists is like one of the stylized ones.
Yeah.
Like I think it's the Kotobukiya Bishoujo series.
Probably.
And I'm just like, yeah, no. I wish we could get a in the in-game art style because that's a good look.
Yeah, speaking of Kotobukiya, I didn't realize that was actually a Rogue figurine that came out a while back. I kind of want to get that. And then they recently introduced a new one, a Transformers, was it? Or I wrote about this.
The Transformers Bishoujo series.
Leona from KOF. She was recently announced. She's only coming out next year.
They've been doing a bunch of KOF characters. I can't remember when Shermie was, but like they're hitting all the classics. There's Shermie, there's Angel, there's like you said, Leona. So yeah, no, Koto has got their priorities worked out.
Yeah, and then when Fatal Fury comes out next year, that's coming out early 2025 according to the trailer dates. Yeah, you're gonna see probably Kotobukiya stuff for maybe Hotaru or maybe Jenny if she isn't out yet. I mean, they probably did. I don't know. They probably did. Kotobukiya makes so much shit. I lost track of what's going on. Like I told you, I mean, Rogue. I didn't know she came out like from the X-Men and all that with the classic outfit and the Wolverine claws. But that's something that's on my to-buy list. Yeah.
Oh yeah, if I angle my camera just a little bit, I have the Kotobukiya Cynthia one. It's a pretty good figure.
Nice. And yeah, I guess maybe before we go to our next topic, we can talk a little bit more about City of the Wolves, where yeah, the system itself, like you mentioned, you got the gear system where you can cancel stuff, do dream cancel combos here and there, EX moves as you please until you're overheated. And then you're in a weakened state, I'm guessing, right? Like basically you cannot react too much to shit compared to someone who is not overheated. But from what I've seen, yeah, this is basically following the style of Street Fighter 6, but in a way it's doing its own thing with its cancels. And of course, Just Defend is a Garou exclusive mechanic. And you can do that in the air as well if you time it just right, which means you're in a plus advantage if you block just at the right timing of the attack, like maybe 1 or 2 frames of the attack itself. And of course breaking, where basically you do one move, you cancel straight to the next move, and then you just go on. But then only certain moves have breaking. Only specific moves here and there. And that one you kind of have to look at your move list and find out who breaks what and whatnot, and which moves you can feint so that it can do like a fake out. Because it's not just every move, right? You know, jump or dash into you.
I forgot the other reasons I call this evil Street Fighter. So obviously the rev gauge will punish you if you go too offensive, right? Like, oh, you're chaining too many EX moves together, or you're doing too many rev blows, so now you're gonna overheat. First of all, you don't overheat as quickly as you do in Street Fighter 6. So in Street Fighter 6, if I go too ham on Menal and do like 2 drive rush cancels, I'm cooked.
Yeah, burnout move.
Yeah. So for City of the Wolves, like the only time I ever overheated in like a total of 4 games was because I was legitimately just going, how many rev blows can I do before I break the meter? Rev blow is like the drive impact equivalent.
How many?
I think it was like 4 of them, like in succession. Because, and here's the genius, normals cool down the rev meter.
Right. So if you do your regular pokes and all that, you should be okay lah. Like putting it down.
Yeah. So you don't have to back off and cool down. You can keep going. Just slap them a little different. No burning slap, just regular slap, and it cools down. So yeah, no, this game is evil Street Fighter. Also, there's push blocking. I feel like push blocking, you know, if you study like biology and shit, you study like what they call it, phylogenetic bracketing. So it's like the difference between fish A and fish B is that fish A has this body plan versus fish B kind of thing. So once you have push block, you are dangerously close to anime territory. And so that's what gets me hyped for City of the Wolves. It's just like Street Fighter is Street Fighter, you know, even though 6 is closer to anime than the series has ever been, it's still Street Fighter at the end of the day. City of the Wolves is just like, ooh, there's a little something here.
It's like familiar, but also kind of new. Like,
Yeah.
I think what really actually attracted to me, of course, was the legacy, basically, because Fatal Fury characters coming back after like taking a break for so long, and because you see KOF character, I mean, you see Fatal Furies only in KOF and in a 3x3 versus 3 capacity. So to have a 1v1 SNK game without swords is kind of nice to see after for so long. I mean, I'm not dissing Samurai Showdown. That's a great game. I loved it when it came out, but it's getting harder and harder to find people to play with these days. So at the very least, Fatal Fury, the way it's been presented in a new form, especially with how it looks, I mean, I'm very sure seeing it face to face on a monitor do it justice compared to me seeing it 60 frames on YouTube or, you know, seeing the trailers and whatnot. But to see it, it's again, the way it's been presented, the way it's being showcased and everything, it's like, I can see this bringing in more people coming in, bringing in more people coming into fighting games. Yeah.
Yeah. That's the other thing, is I know I'm gonna get cooked by legacy players, man. So you know how like there's some games where you're like, oh, I can kind of like new players stand a bit of a chance because it's different enough from the old games. So like I'd say Strive is one of those.
Yeah, Strive.
Strive
like,
is different enough.
Status quo, right, in a way.
Yeah. And even Street Fighter 6, that's why they say that if someone has the Street Fighter 2 player tag on their profile, then just drive him back them because they won't know how to deal with it. City of the Wolves makes me question, like, I feel like there's gonna be a bit of legacy stuff because, like you said, the breaking and fainting,
and also just
is like,
yeah,
that shit's not tied to the rev system. You just do that.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure that like there's going to be legacy stuff that helps. On that note, hey viewer, if you want to know which games you need to stay away from if you're afraid of legacy knowledge, I'm gonna give you a list right now. Virtua Fighter, stay the hell away from that. Tekken, stay the hell away from that. Basically 3D fighters, they tend to be like that. The only one I think that isn't is Dead or Alive, because Dead or Alive did that Mortal Kombat thing where they've been reinventing themselves for the past 2 games. Basically, yeah, just stay away from Virtua Fighter and Tekken if you're afraid of being destroyed by someone who's legacy skills.